Welcome to Shamba Shape Up.
This year, we are celebrating the 10th anniversary of your favorite TV show.
Once again, we have traveled all over East Africa to find hard-working farmers.
We want to celebrate them while giving them the knowledge they need,
so they can adapt and make their farms more productive even while the climate changes.
We support them to become more productive,
get better yields,
and increase their income.
We meet families and enter their kitchens to explore what we eat, where we get it, and how we can cook it in cleaner, faster, healthier, and cheaper ways.
And at the same time, increase family nutrition.
We will see how farmers from across the region can benefit from our experts' advice,
while also learn from each other in so many ways.
Join us on these journeys and share in the farmers' experiences as they shape up their shambas.
Welcome to the Shamba Shape Up Safari.
Dear viewers, I'd like to let you know that all the filming you're about to see was done before the outbreak of the coronavirus in Kenya and Tanzania. Welcome to Shamba Shape Up.
Today we are in Homabay,
very close to the mighty Lake Victoria.
Tony, did you know that Lake Victoria is the largest freshwater lake in Africa?
Carol, you seem to know everything.
Oh yes, because maybe I listen in school, unlike some people I know.
Oh, listen to this. There is a farmer nearby who also wants to be the biggest in Africa.
Do you think that is possible?
Well, I think so. With our help, he can be.
Oh yes, let's go.
Let's go.
This week, we are visiting Gideon Mwagi.
Gideon is married with 6 children.
Bananas are a favorite crop.
But he has much more. His farm stretches over 5 acres.
Let's go and meet Shamba Shape Up people. They are coming.
Hello.
Emily.
Gideon.
Yes.
Hey. Gideon, how are you?
Fine.
Show us your shamba.
Let's move.
All right.
Yeah.
See you later.
See you later,
Bye.
Mary.
Our farmer has sweet potatoes.
And he has maize. And it's looking good too.
The farm has over 100 trees. I think we can help here, Caro.
And look, cows too. This black one is Effie. Hello, Effie. She seems so friendly.
So now that we are here and you're a farmer with cows, you're a farmer with sweet potatoes and trees, and what more can we do to help you?
The serious problem we are facing here is the market.
Yes.
And even milk.
How much milk do you get per day?
I get 10 liters from one cow.
I might just give you some tips on how to make it better.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
How is your maize doing?
The market is not all that very good during harvesting.
So that means if you harvest well and make sure that your maize is stored properly, that means you can sell it later at a very good price.
Yeah.
What do you use your trees for?
I use for fencing.
Yes.
And constructing some of the structures within the farm.
How do you cut them? Is it dangerous?
Very.
Yeah. Caro, I'm taking Gideon to the expert about trees, and we'll see you later.
See you later.
All right, Gideon.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, Caro, see you.
See ya.
So, time to meet our first expert today, Samuel Mwema from AgriFall. Gideon has a plantation of 100 trees and he wants to cut some of them for fence posts. But it's a dangerous business, and if cut badly, the tree will not regrow. So, we want to give Gideon some advice.
Gideon,
Yeah.
why are you planting trees?
These trees I'm using to get money.
Commercial.
I've been in this field for now over 20 years.
20 years of commercial tree farming.
Yeah.
Wow. Is it worth it?
Yeah, it's what.
I'm sure you're very happy to hear that.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy.
Why do you encourage farmers to do commercial tree farming?
Commercial tree farming is like a personal savings bank, whereby you can plant trees and later harvest them to pay school fees.
Yes.
Sometimes when medical bills go high, it can also be such. And even paying dowry, things like dowry.
Paying dowry using trees?
Yes.
You didn't pay dowry using trees?
No, mine I used to build my house.
Yeah. And you see, the other aspect is that it also eases off the pressure from the natural gazetted forest.
So he'll cut his own trees.
He will cut his own trees.
Saving our natural forests.
And you see, farmers have needs, fencing posts, timber, some poles for putting television antennas.
So Gideon,
Yeah.
you're saying you wanted to cut a tree today to build your fence.
Yes.
Now, I think I've seen a tree you may just like. Let's go across there.
yes,
I think I've seen one somewhere.
Yeah,
Let's
there's
see
one
whether
there.
you can
So, let's have a look at the tree Samuel has identified as the best one to cut. Ah, here it is. But this looks like to be hard work to cut. So, let us find out why it's important to have a specially trained lumberjack to do the work.
This gentleman is already here waiting for us.
Yeah.
Wow. So describe to us, what is this safety gear he's wearing?
You should have a head helmet,
Yes.
a recommended one like this one. You should have earmuffs just to ensure that
Can you hear me?
so that at least the noise of the chainsaw is
does
not
not affect
much,
his
and he's
hearing.
able to hear clearly what is happening in the environment. And a reflector.
What's the point of the reflector?
The reflector is they are able to see one another.
Ah.
Yes. Then you should have hard leather gloves like he has, and then the safety boots, and then the chainsaw should be well maintained.
So, why have we chosen this area again?
Okay, this is the tree that I think would be ideal for harvesting now.
Yes.
The first thing is because we have a clear space in front
Oh,
of it
this
where it
space.
should fall. It's not going to injure anybody or destroy any property, so it is a good tree. The second thing is that it's a good size for the fencing post that he's looking at. It also serves a third thing that is actually going to be thinning. He will remove this tree and probably later this one, so that he gives this some space for good growth. Yes.
So now we have selected this site.
Yes.
Gideon,
Yes.
are you ready to harvest your tree?
Yes.
All right.
Already.
Let's cut.
Yeah.
Let's run away, Gideon. Let's take off. Let's take off.
All right.
So, remember farmers, always use a professional lumberjack to cut trees as it can be dangerous. When cutting a tree, first the lumberjack makes a V-like wedge at the front of the tree in the direction of the fall. This is like a hinge, guiding the tree so it falls into a safe landing area. When there is no safe landing area, the tree's fall can be directed using cables. The hinge cut should be around 10 centimeters from the ground level to maximize the amount of timber. Then, at the back of the tree, the lumberjack makes another wedge-shaped cut at an angle. Oh, and there she goes. Angle of the cut is important as the slope allows rainwater to run off once the tree is felled, stopping the tree stump from rotting. When farmers use a panga or a hand axe, the tree stump can be badly damaged and the tree may not regrow. If cut correctly, the tree will grow again faster than before, thanks to the large root structure already in place. This will save the farmer time and money as he doesn't have to plant a new sapling. Good! So all that remains is to cut the tree into the lengths required for the fencing posts Gideon wants. A job well done!
So my first job today is to help Gideon with his cows. Their milk yield is low. This is Effie, and she's only giving around 10 liters a day. Now, I happen to know one of our experts, Edwin Toh from Coopers, who is visiting a farm nearby. And as we're in a hurry, I've taken Gideon to meet him to see if he can help. Gideon, our farmer, has been practicing AI, and apparently the amount of milk is not going up.
Yep.
We always believe that when you practice AI, your production is going to go up. You're going to get a better, stronger breed.
Yeah.
What do you think is going wrong?
I don't know how many years have you done your breeding?
I've been in this service for over 20 years.
20 years.
Yes.
20 years. And do you have a record for that?
I have a record for that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Maybe
The
you
records
can
are
see
here.
and do- Yes.
Yeah, all these are the records for
All these
AI.
are the records.
And the certificates too. We should peruse this. So our farmer has proof that he's been practicing the AI and he's been doing it the right way. What is the problem too? Because this can be very depressing for the farmer. So Gideon has been practicing artificial insemination or AI for 20 years, but still the milk yield is low. He's been trying to breed Jersey cows because they are not heavy feeders. They are easy to keep, and most important, the milk has a high butterfat content, which is very popular with Gideon's customers. Now, Gideon wants to know if the bull semen Coopers provide will do a better job than the semen he has been using up until now.
What's the difference between the semen you supply to farmers and the ones we are using?
It's a big difference because we normally sell proven cows. If you have a look at our catalog, Bwana Gideon,
Yes.
when you are breeding cows,
Yeah.
you know you are the one who is paying for that service.
Yeah.
The person inseminating is just on business.
Yeah.
So you are actually the person who will want to guide that person who is inseminating your cow. You will have to dictate and telling that person, this is the bull I need. Because that is the bull you think it will improve your cow. But if you are just calling that person is a phone call away, come and inseminate a cow, you'll inseminate any other cow that you might even not go in the right direction with your cow.
Yes.
You can inseminate a Frisian and you need a Jersey. Because now you have not controlled that person. So the first thing, because you are the one who is paying for that service, you dictated the bull that you need to improve your cow, because you are the one who knows which traits am I supposed to correct.
So it's very important Gideon selects bull semen that will provide calves with the characteristics that he wants. These can be selected from the Cooper's CRV catalog.
For example, if you are supposed to correct those feet and legs, you are supposed to get a bull that has got very nice feet and legs. Yes, you see here, feet and legs. You see the percentages on the positive side. If you find a trait showing and it is above 100%, which means it's a better cow that can improve your cow with the bad feet and legs. So when you are breeding, actually, you need to be having a catalog so that it will guide you on what traits you want to change. Number two is on going on a sexed way. And I've seen you are using conventional semen. You might either get a bull or an heifer after 9 months. But I know you want to multiply your cows faster.
Yes.
Yeah? You have to go the sexed way. Because it's until you get an heifer is when you'll go faster. Yes. And make sure when you are breeding, maybe you inseminated Effie with a bow final. You'll see bow final is producing around 45 liters. And for example, Effie was producing 10 liters. So you will see, you will take the production of your 10 liters of your Effie, you take the one for bow final, you add and then you divide by 2. It will take a half of both.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, to recap, if Gideon chooses a bull with the characteristics to produce 45 liters of milk and impregnates Effie, who produces 10 liters, that's 55 liters. Divide by 2 to get 27.5 liters. And this will be the expected yield of their calf when it starts producing. But how long will it take before Effie's calf achieves those 27.5 liters?
It will not have on the first lactation. Maybe it will have on the third lactation is when you will have achieved to 26 liters. Yes. And that is after consistency of breeding. Yes, so that in future, Bwana Gideon, you have a better cow. So I think if you follow those instructions, I think you can be a better farmer tomorrow. Yes.
Hey, Carol.
Hey, Tony.
How did it go?
I was looking at Effie,
Yes.
Gideon's cow.
Yes.
In about a year's time, when we come back, Effie's offsprings are going to be looking...
Well, let me tell you one thing. In a few years' time, I can promise you that it's going to have a huge forest. And that's not all, because coming up after the break,
We'll be seeing how to avoid post-harvest losses.
and getting maximum profit from sweet potatoes. But first, thanks to your reports, we managed to get rid of the desert locust in most of Kenya. However, in the last couple of weeks, we have seen the return of locust in some areas. These are the areas that are currently affected by the desert locust in Kenya. Most locusts have been reported in Samburu. Some locusts have also been reported in Turkana. And a few locusts have been reported in Marsabit, Laikipia, and West Pokot. We are seeing many new swarms of locusts forming. They are expected to move across the borders to Ethiopia, South Sudan, and Uganda. The desert locusts are like a fire. You as an individual farmer cannot control them. As we saw, local authorities have teams that can spray the locusts with special chemicals that will control them. It is important you continue to report and tell us whether you have seen locusts in your area. Tell us if you have seen the black and yellow hoppers, the pinky mature locusts, or the yellow mature locusts. Here is what to do. Send the word locust to the number 0748 153 120. For you smartphone users, you can also text locust to 0207 640 202 and we will get in touch with you.
Welcome back.
To Shamba Shape Up.
We are in Homabay.
And we are visiting Gideon Mwagi.
We've seen how to increase milk yield in dairy cows,
And the best ways to cut trees safely.
but we also want to find out how to avoid post-harvest losses.
And make delicious mandazi using sweet potatoes.
So, without wasting any more time,
Let's get back to work.
back to work, Caro.
Gideon is a keen maize farmer and it's close to harvest time. So we've invited not one, but two experts to give us some advice on avoiding post-harvest losses. Cyrus Apodo, also known as Mandela, is from Bell Industries, and Baxon Mwangi from the World Food Programme.
So, Baxun,
Yes,
what do you think of our maize?
I think it looks good. The farmer is going to have a good harvest. As farmers, it's good to take care of the food right from the farm up to the very end when they're harvesting, drying, and of course storing. Because in Africa we lose like 40% of all the food that we produce.
What?
And that is really serious because with the population increase, it is really important that we keep the losses to zero because then our people will keep on dying because of hunger.
What are the solutions to these post-harvest losses?
So we have technologies such as moisture meters, we have technologies such as tarpaulins, and we also have storage technologies like hematic bags. But we don't work alone, we work in partnerships. And here we have an expert and he's going to tell us more about the technologies and how to use them.
Wow.
We are taking Mandela to check Gideon's grain store. Although it looks like he stores more than just grain here. I wonder what Mandela will think of it. And I can see Mandela's already spotted some problems. There are too many gaps in the walls. Well, let's get inside and see if we can give Gideon some really helpful tips to ensure his storage losses are kept to an absolute minimum.
So, Mandela, what is your view of this store?
The view is that Gideon doesn't love himself.
Is that true, Gideon?
First, this is the food he's eating, and he's putting this food in a very dire condition. He should have placed in a very clean place if he really values his health or he values his life.
All right.
How he has made the store, it makes it lose a lot of the maize crop.
The maize, or in the spaces. The spaces are
It
too
has
big.
a lot of spaces.
So you mean even things like a mouse can get through there?
Very.
Do you have problems with mice?
Yes.
So it gives you losses.
It gives me losses.
So the store is not clean enough. And I can also see we have beds here
We use this store as a general store.
as a general store to store your other stuff.
Yes.
Because I can see wire mesh, I can see fertilizer up here.
This is a chemical fertilizer. You should not put it with a food crop, something you are eating. No, it's bad for your health. You should simply build a food store.
I'm sitting on a bag of maize and it's actually on the floor of the store.
Yes.
Is this the right way to store them?
That's not the right way. If you see this other one, he has placed a pallet, then he has placed the maize on top. That's the correct way. And then he has left the space for aeration. Yes.
So it's important to have these pallets for aeration.
Yes.
All right. So this is the wrong way.
That is the wrong way because first it will start collecting the moisture from the ground.
Yes.
Yes. Before you bring your cereal or your maize to the store, first clean the place. Make sure it's very clean. Put like something raised. Yes.
What is the right time to bring the maize into the store?
First, you make sure your maize is very dry.
How does a farmer know
There's
the
an
maize is
emerging
dry?
technology about testing the moisture content of the maize to be stored with an hygrometer.
Hygrometer.
Yes, it's a very small gadget which shall help you measure whether you are going to store your maize or no, or not. Yes.
To use the hygrometer, simply place a few grains into a plastic bag Add the hygrometer and then seal the bag. After just a few minutes, take a look at the reading on the digital display. A hygrometer tells you how humid your grain is. You can then use a hygrometer chart to translate the humidity level into moisture content. If the grain is ready to be stored, the moisture content of millet should be 15%. Maize and sorghum should be 13.5%. Too much moisture causes mold to grow. Mold creates rot, contamination, spoilage of crops, and produces aflatoxins that can cause serious and sometimes life-threatening illnesses. The best way to check moisture content is with a moisture meter, but this can be expensive. A hygrometer is a very affordable alternative.
Where can I get the hygrometer?
The hygrometers, mostly they are with the agrovets.
Agrovets?
Yes, and some agro dealers.
How much?
There's 250 shillings.
Only 250 shillings?
Yes.
Wow.
It's affordable.
It's affordable.
It's very affordable. Yes.
Once you know how dry your maize is, then you
simply
put
store
them
it in the hermetic bag.
All right.
I store it in the hermetic bag.
Yes.
Unlike traditional sisal bags, hermetic bags have multiple layers and once tied are completely airtight. As a result, no pests can enter the bag and any left inside will quickly die. Grain can be stored safely for over 9 months and without pesticides or chemicals. As a result, they can be used at any time. And remember, zero food losses equals maximum food availability and maximum profits.
Well, I've seen a lot of mistakes I've been doing in the store. I've learned a lot. I'll make my store to be the best store.
Dear farmers, remember, we have our usual questions and answer Q&A segment that is supporting farmers in Kenya to identify, limit, and adapt to the problems caused by COVID-19 as you continue with your farming activities, your yields, and income in these periods. Send us your comments or questions, and together with our experts, we'll give you advice, solutions, and answers. If you have any questions around COVID-19, get in touch with us. Call or SMS us your question at 0748 153 120. So, for our final story today, I'm going to help Gideon get a better price for his sweet potato crop. Gideon has been getting around 4,000 Kenyan shillings a bag, but I think he could do much better if he switches to orange flesh sweet potatoes and sells them direct to the organic factory. The organic factory buys orange flesh sweet potatoes from farmers and processes it to a puree. I am meeting Bernard Otieno at the factory. He is from the International Potato Center. Now, I want Bernard to tell me if Gideon plants orange fleshed sweet potatoes, how can he be sure that when he delivers his potatoes to the factory, he will get the best price?
I think, Tony, I'll take you briefly through what we expect in terms of our quality standards. So we recommend wooden crates to be used while these sweet potato roots are being carried from the farm.
Yes.
It has these slats, so then it promotes or it encourages free circulation of air. So your produce will reach without much spoilage. So we have a truck that goes to the field with these crates.
I can see these two gentlemen busy here. What are they doing?
So once the farmer delivers the roots, we take them through a sorting protocol. Yeah, so we do have what we call grade 1.
That's the best.
So this is our premium grade.
Let me have a look at one.
And the reason it's premium is if you look at the tubers, they are relatively straight or regular in shape. They have no bruises.
So how does grade 1 affect the puree?
One is you'll be able to have the most output from grade 1 because you are able to convert at almost 85%. Yeah.
Okay, let's go to grade 2.
So with grade 2, is more bendy. It has a lot of ridges on the skin. You have a layer of soil in between. So then it's a problem, as we move to the next process. It means I'm going to get less puree from grade 2. I have to chop a lot to be able to remove the soil.
Because if you want to straighten these, you have to cut off this.
You have to cut off this part.
Yes.
We only pay according to the kilos deliver. They will weigh less, and the farmer gets less.
Less money.
Now, grade 3, the main characteristic, you have roots that are massively injured. Some are small in size. So this is brought about by poor harvesting technique. Then you end up with massive cuts Massive bruising. Huh?
And the farmer, of course, is going to get less money.
The farmer gets less. Actually,
because you also get less puree.
We get less puree from this. Through this grading process, we ensure at Ogani that the farmer is able to sell nearly all their produce to us and be able to get something even from what the other markets would consider not so suitable.
I'm seeing people busy there. Let's have a look.
Oh, good. We can go.
Once the potatoes are graded, they can then go to the washing and peeling area. This is where the potatoes are prepared for cooking in the steamer. And here it is, the steamer. Cooking takes around 30 minutes. Steaming is preferred to boiling because fewer nutrients are lost to the water and more flavor is locked in. Once cooked, the potatoes are taken to the processing area. Here they are allowed to cool and dry for 1 hour so they can be ready for pureeing.
Yeah, actually this is our final stage of the process. So this is what we are calling the sweet potato puree, the one coming out of the equipment. So this is what we'll be able to properly pack, freeze and take to the market. Yeah, so this is our weighing area. From weighing we'll be able to do what we call vacuum sealing. The main purpose is to be able to expel air from the puree, and that helps you to be able to extend shelf life of this product. Yeah. So from here it will just be taken in for freezing and finally dispatched. We don't add any preservatives or chemicals or any colors.
Let me have that, Vivian. Aha! Straight from the shamba into puree. And now from here to?
Well, now from here we've contacted several bakeries and supermarkets that are doing baking, KDF, mandazis and donuts, because by using sweet potato puree, you are able to substitute up to 40% of your wheat flour usage in baked products. But you can use it at home as well.
I'm taking this home with me.
Yeah, that's good, you're allowed, so long as you pay us for it.
I'll pay.
Really
all right, we'll see you later. We'll see you later.
Okay.
Well, that was very interesting. And here's our farmer. I can't wait to tell him all about the organic factory and how, if he plants orange flesh sweet potatoes, he can sell to Ogani and get a great price.
It's been a good day. We've had a wonderful time.
Yeah, I've learned so many things. I thought I was the best farmer, but after seeing your experts, I've learned a lot.
Wow. So we've been here, close to Lake Victoria, the biggest lake in Africa. And I'm sure we've made our farmer the biggest and the greatest farmer in Africa. Have we done that?
Yes.
Well, Caro?
Our work here is done, Gideon.
Yeah.
And so we'll see you in the next
Shamba!
Shamba.